Okay guys, so what we're focusing on today is plotting a bar graph, and you're going to plot a bar graph using some data about the highest goal kickers in the AFL so far in 2020. As an example, I'm going to take you through how I generated a bar graph for the top try scorers in the NRL so far in 2020, correct as of today, which is the 16th of August. I've accidentally put 16th of September there, but 16th of August is what I meant. So there they are. We've got the top 12 there. So Katoa, Johnston, Crichton, Dufty, Felt, and Orphaluma, who plays for my disappointing West Tigers. Sivo, Adhikar, Ravalawa, Lomax, Vunivalu, and Morris. So I'm going to plot a bar graph of these top 12 try scorers so far. Now, I've just got here as a reminder, these are some things that you'd want to do if you were drawing a bar graph. Fortunately, using a computer program, you don't actually have to worry about these because it does it for you. But it's worth reminding you because sometimes you'll be drawing graphs, sometimes you'll be doing them on computers, so worth reminding you. You always need to make sure that your categories are going along the x-axis, so the one that goes horizontally, and your numbers are going up the y-axis. I remember it as y to the sky. You want to evenly scale any numbers going along your axis, especially the y-axis where the numbers are. So every division has to be worth the same amount, usually, so make sure you're doing that. You should leave a gap between your bars, and you should label your axes and, if necessary, include units for them. So that's what you need to do if you're hand drawing a graph, but like I say, fortunately today you'll be using a computer program, so less to worry about there. So you can use either Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets for this. I mean, there are plenty of other programs you can use as well, but those are the most common. Hopefully you've got at least access to one of those programs. So the first thing you want to do is this is for Excel. You want to put the name of the player. So I've got them all down there, and the number of, in this case, tries they've scored. Obviously, when you're doing this, it's going to be the name of the AFL footballers and the goals that they've kicked instead of this, because this is just the example. So anyway, I put that in, and then once it's all in, I highlight it all, which it's not letting me do right now. There we go. So I highlight it all. Then I go up at the top, because the graph's quite a common tool. I go to this one, which is the indicated bar graph. They call it a column graph there, but same difference. I select the one I want, and it generates it for me nice and quickly. This way, I don't even need to worry about all those things I told you about to do with scaling it and all the rest of it. It does it automatically for you. You may just need to move the try scored over to here. Make sure you've got the label of players down the bottom as well, but it generates it really quickly for you. And that's quite a useful skill because obviously drawing a graph and everything is great, but maybe when you're working in your future career and want to make a graph, doing it this way is much quicker and often much neater. So it's good to know this as well. So that's how I did it on Excel. So if you just give me a second, I'll just move to Google Chrome. And here's a Google Sheet that I made earlier. So again, I've put in the surnames of the players, and I've put in the number of tries they've scored. If you're doing this, again, put the name of the AFL players and the goals they've kicked for the top 12 players. Once again, I highlight the data. I go to Insert. I go to Chart. And it automatically makes what it thinks is the suitable chart. And this is a bar graph. It's just done it slightly differently. It's done the names on the y-axis and the numbers on the x-axis, which is fine, but I prefer it to be the more traditional way. So I just go over to this bit for chart that automatically comes up, chart editor, go from chart type to this one, which is how we want it to look. And there we go, nicely generated it, and even better, it's automatically put tries scored on the y-axis and the players on the x-axis. So yeah, your task is you need to research the top 12 AFL goal scorers so far in 2020, as of the time of our lesson. You need to present it as a bar graph, which you make using Excel or Sheets, or another program if you want, but those are the two most obvious ones, and obviously I've shown you how to use those on here. And then I want you to find the mean, median, mode, and range of those 12 players. So linking in with the skills we've been looking at over recent lessons. And if you really want to challenge yourself, you can even try and find the interquartile range as well as a bit of an extra challenge. Obviously, I'll be accessible via Zoom all the way through the lesson if you need any help. This may not take you the full lesson, which is fine if it doesn't, but if it doesn't take you the full session, please have a look at the recent tasks and make sure that you are fully up to date. And if you're not, work on those after you finish this. And again, I can help you on those via Google Classroom if need be. Okay, thank you. Do you want to say hi, Max?